Our challenges that we faced were what is going to change in my everyday life. But the challenge that we end up finding is what else are we going to be able to see through our education? What new doors are going to be open?
The Rock County campus has always had a really important mission, has been about access, and that's something that many four-year institutions haven't had to think about in the same way, and so maintaining that idea that we are here for anybody wherever you're coming from is important to us.
The goal there was to preserve our campus culture. It's closer to a family than it is to what would feel like a workplace.
Sometimes when there's obstacles or challenges, when you put the students first, people can see what the right decision should be.
Right from the beginning, the commitment to student success at Whitewater was really clear. And so while we're serving different students, we have different kinds of programs, everybody really wants to see students succeed. So the staff and the faculty who we were interacting with, really that's what they valued, so they were willing to listen more to what it would take to serve the students here. How is it different?
Immediately, we found common ground where we had focus on student success.
We had a joint meeting between our two student governments to talk about what are our main priorities, and they're all the same.
My number one priority was making sure that we weren't forcing how we function at UW-Whitewater and Rock County, really taking the approach of listening, understanding what's going to work for the students, what's going to make sense for the staff that supports the students.
Everything was moving very fast, and so communication was key.
Thinking about admissions and enrollment and even marketing and university relations.
The conversation came down to what is the best for the student every time.
The slogan, "Even Better Together," was developed really shortly after the restructuring announcement, and I think that attitude carried through with each staff member.
These two campuses have a lot of great assets, and we're going to put this whole thing together into a larger family. We needed to introduce our branding and identity to the Rock County campus, so we put the Warhawk head in the gym, we welcomed the Warhawk family, we changed the signage on campus, we put purple everywhere we could, we put banners up.
Even just changing the colors, changing the material that was around so that students knew who they were now and what that meant for their opportunities.
And they are affectionately known as URock locally, so we wanted to preserve that. And we started to put together a social media campaign of lively, fun, upbeat videos built around the hashtag URockHere. We did the billboard campaign. It tied into the social media campaign.
Just the idea of being branded UW-Whitewater was already changing the vibe of students with disabilities at Rock. And one of our big asks was to have a disability service coordinator at the Rock campus. And that position was filled and hired by February of 2019.
The direction on our campus that I think is different than any other in the system was that we were going to become one.
As I think back to even the student government at Whitewater came for a visit and they did a walk around campus to see how could the students here engage more on the main campus.
I think there's some collaborative opportunities for things like projects with students between campuses potentially.
In addition to that, we've integrated the Hawk card system so that students can use the Hawk card here as well as at Whitewater.
Our Rock County students are able to come to Whitewater's campus and utilize health services. This academic year, we have our new textbook rental and bookstore up and running over at Rock County.
We're not going to take anything away, we're going to add things. One of the things that we added was the shuttle system that goes between campuses.
So we have this semester about 70 students who are going to school at Rock but living at the Whitewater campus, and then they take the shuttle back and forth to take their classes.
To have the Whitewater residential experience, for students with disabilities, that's huge because accessible housing is hard to find.
And I will give a special shout out right now to the Registrar's office because I can't even fathom what it took for them to build an entire new curriculum in and then try to figure out how students register all of the levels, and they were understaffed already
Our most difficult procedure, I think, that we worked through was students transitioning from Rock to UW-Whitewater, so basically moving from their associate degree to their bachelor's degree. And how were we going to handle that? What items did we want them to take care of before they came? How would we transition advising, etc.
One thing that Rock brought to Whitewater was the thought of on-ramps and off-ramps to education. That's where the future of education lies.
We don't know where the next great idea is going to come from, and we need to create more avenues for people to have access.
It's not just about enrollment for enrollment's sake. It's to say that we have so many students in this state who need access to education for the betterment of their careers, for better salaries, for whatever it is that they need, also just to be better people, right? And when that's the goal, then the opportunities are just infinite.